Right, everyone. This is video 3 or 4. After following Shoot Shelf Hill, I went along for a little while, which I did put on the recorder, where there was some orange fencing. Basically, that was fenced off because there'd been an archaeological survey done there. Because one day the quarry up there is going to have to move back. It's going to take more land, apparently. So I met an archaeologist. He'd actually been on Time Team as well and involved in quite a few projects. And he told me quite a bit. They've been digging trenches. They did 40 trenches. They thought it would take them 3 weeks, but it's only taken them a week because they found hardly anything. I think they found one Iron Age pot, a little sort of Iron Age jewellery. There had been evidence of Romans up there, knowledge of Romans up there, because they had to do all the theory work first and the geophys. The geophys only revealed geology as opposed to archaeology. It was a big piece of land. They were surprised they didn't find anything, but the soil was very thin up there. So they said people might not have bothered because the thin soil. Now I've got to go up there in a minute. I've only done this once and I've done it the other way around, but I've got to go up there in a minute. There's a quarry down there. I'm not going this way, I'm just having a look. Just having a look here. Shoot Shelf Hill's over there. What we're going to do, we're just going to go and stand on this hill over here. Something tells me just to go and have a look. Anyway, the archaeologist said it was a bit disappointing because they didn't really find anything. He comes from Athelney, you know, where King Alfred the Great lives and all that. He's a local boy. He knows about Eli's pub. God, look at this. If I'd just carried on walking down over there, I would have missed this view, wouldn't I? So there's the quarry there. The archaeologists were brought in by that quarry to do the archaeology work before they can start digging for quarrying. And yeah, he just said that they finished really, they hadn't really found anything. They were surprised they hadn't found anything at all, but it is quite an exposed area. They don't feel it was developed as a hill fort. But he did say that the old stone walls there could probably go back 1,000 years to, you know, when William the Conqueror arrived and all that, and they started dividing up the land. So there's evidence of a little settlement here once. See? It's everywhere. So that was really handy bumping into him. Like I said, he even knew that Eli's pub. Of course he did. And he was telling me all about how their numbers, there were 6,000 of them working. The government halved their numbers to 3,000. Some people, they've got degrees, they've been working for 4 years and they still can't sustain themselves on their income. So 2 of them working with him it's only because they've got partners that they can, you know, have any sort of life with a home and everything, because they've got 2 incomes coming in. And they're qualified archaeologists, and he said the big projects have taken a lot of their people. They get paid a bit more, like, you know, the London tunnels and Portsmouth and some other huge projects that are going on. He also informed me that something I forgot about was the big villa that's been found over Langport. He told me there's only another week left on that excavation before the results have to be analysed. So there was something going on very local. I did sort of hear a bit about the Langport. Big villa, big Roman villa has been found there. So I need to get over that way at some point. I haven't really done much on Langport yet. I haven't even done the churches over there. That might need a mission. Anyway, look at this view, everyone. There's Cheddar and Exbridge Reservoir there. And we've got all the Somerset over here. Brentnall, Shoot Shelf Hill. I've come over the other side of that. Going back to that hill, when I was going down the drove, I noticed cows in the field that I normally use, but they're not normally there. But they've been moved out of the field where they were doing the excavating. That explained it. It also saved me, because normally those cows that were in the wood area would have been walking on the pathway I would have used. They'll be allowed back in there very soon, he said. Well, even though it is changing, some of the land has been taken by the quarry, and the quarry will literally move. They would start cutting in. So that's very. You know, if I hadn't taken the diversion, if you remember, I came out of where did I come out of? I'd come out of the Strawberry Line, started to climb up the West Mendip Way hill, and then saw the public footpath and thought, shall I go up that, even though it was grassy and wet? Now, it's a good job I did, because I wouldn't have bumped into that archaeologist. It's his last couple of days. They'll all be gone. They're filling in the trenches now. The big bulldozer I seen, they're filling in now, so they'll be gone. If I hadn't gone up there then, that precise moment in time, I might not have heard or known about that and been able to speak to that archaeologist. Yeah, he's been on time team. He's worked for them. He's done digs. He knows an awful lot of stuff. He was telling me all sorts of stuff. That's why I'm talking a bit on the video now, because by the time I get home later, I'll probably remember stuff I can't remember now, put it that way, that he was telling me. I mean, you know, how difficult it is for some archaeologists doing smaller projects now, because they can't afford to pay. Even though that company is sort of, I expect, type of foot in the bill, they're trying to get qualified people with 4 years experience post-grad, you know, on a Tesco's, you know, a supermarket wage, with all their skills and knowledge. I'm not decrying Tesco's. Everyone should get a decent wage, so I'm not decrying them. But there's got to be some reward when you train for something. I mean, I found that with nursing. I went on all these courses, I got degrees, I didn't get rewarded for anything. I had to do agency in order to make up my income. It was terrible, really. It was terrible. Not valued at all. We are valued in the NHS, but... Right, there's a quarry. They say it's disused over there, and I reckon you can walk on the top of that, but I didn't know the way up there to take me to where I got to go, which is over there. I've got to be over there in a minute. Rowberrow is over the other side of that quarry. But I've deliberately done this because what I plan to do now is not to go back to Cheddar. I was going to do another walk. I've decided to roam about Rowberrow Fort and the stream section of the Rowberrow Warren, then come back down West Mendip Way and home that way. You know, I've planned my day differently now, which is what I like about being spontaneous. I mean, there's I know the last bus from Cheddar is about 6, and I think it gets to Winscombe about 20 past. Say 10 past, just in case, I think. We'll go for 10 past, or 6 even. So I've got, well, time goes very fast, actually. Very fast indeed. See, this is the sort of place you could get cows roaming now, look. They could all be in all over there, see? I know I've got to go up there, I remember now. Right, I'm going to turn off a minute, take some pictures of this view. This is Sheila, 18th of July 2016, out on the Mendips again. I had a day off yesterday. The day before that I was out for a big walk all over the Mendips, Rowberrow, Cheddar. Right, over and out.